I'm Stephen Norman, the Executive Director of the King County Housing Authority. What you're about to see and hear is an oral history of Highland Village. It's a story of one community coming together, of organizing itself, of finding its voice, and of government at all different levels, state, county, city, and the Housing Authority responding to the needs of that community. It's a truly inspiring story and one with a happy ending. So enjoy.
Highland Village was a 76-unit apartment complex in Bellevue, built in the 1970s. By 2016, it was aging, with a long list of deferred maintenance. It was also one of the only affordable places to live in the heart of one of the most desirable communities in the region. Most of the residents were low-income families. Children went to local schools, and adults worked at essential lower-wage jobs nearby. In summer 2016, Highland Village was sold, and more than 200 residents were told they had 3 months to move elsewhere. The complex was to be demolished and replaced with million-dollar condos. But residents didn't give up. With help from the neighborhood school and from nonprofit organizations, Highland Village residents organized to speak up to try and save their homes and their community.
The Highland Village apartments in Bellevue are being demolished. The developer, Intercorp, wants to build townhomes here. Technically, the company only has to give 20 days notice to vacate, but they're letting the residents stay here until the end of October.
I feel confused because I don't know where I will be live. I try to move around to here, but the rent is expensive. So the time is 3 months just to move out, and I feel so stressful.
Pues nada, nos preocupamos nada más por buscar otro lugar.
Well, housing affordability is a huge challenge in our region, that's no secret, but often we think of the challenge being around building new housing. One of the biggest hurdles we have is preserving the housing that currently exists that's affordable to the people who live here, to keep them from being displaced, keep them from joining all those thousands who are trying to find a place that they can afford.
Well, with all the development going on in Bellevue, you have your older apartment buildings that are naturally affordable because they're older. And so when they get bought by a developer, which is fair, they get redeveloped at a price point that those existing families just cannot afford.
A few years ago, the owner of the development decided that he was going to retire and sell out. And across the street at the elementary school, the kids started to come over and talk to people about how their families had gotten notices that they would have to leave.
It started getting more worrisome when a lot of families were looking for places to stay, but they couldn't find anything. So we talked to one of the communications officer in Stevenson.
Eddie Flores with Jubilee Reach is one of many trying to help relocate these renters.
And this is real. This is something that a lot of families are struggling with.
For the last few weeks, he's pushed City Hall to help out.
I don't think they're considering it. I don't think they're really seeing the bigger picture and how much negative effect it creates on this community.
And I was pretty bummed about it. It was like I didn't want to move away. And my mom told me it could possibly be sleeping in the car, and I was really upset about it.
Okay, we are 80, 90 families who is living in these apartments and just have 3 months to move out, but the rent is so expensive. So how suppose you will really survive if the rent in this apartment is around to $1,200 by month, and you move out to $3,000 by month?
No perdimos la esperanza. No, tocamos puertas, se podría decir, siempre pensando en positivo y que sí lo íbamos a hacer.
This decision of selling our apartments affects me because we can't find a low-income house in the city of Bellevue, and we have to move out of Bellevue, which makes me lose my place at school. We really want to stay here in Bellevue because we love our community. Thank you.
But if they don't have a home nearby, that they can get to the work quickly, then what you have is people being displaced. They have to go far away to afford something, and then they have to go on the freeways to get to their work, which clogs up the freeways. So having local workforce housing as part of the community helps everybody.
Pues primero no teníamos mucha esperanza.
y ya estábamos un poco desanimados todos, y ya de repente nos dijeron que sí iba a haber esperanza y pues todos estábamos felices. La escuela nos ayudó, los maestros nos apoyaron, la directora también, y entonces fue que decidimos pedir ayuda a todas las organizaciones del área, como Hopelin, Bellevue Light Spring, Jubilee Ridge, CIMAR y las iglesias. Y fue así que nos ayudaron todos ellos a organizarnos.
Think of the stress those families would feel and those children, and that would really affect their learning. If you were taking them away from their community, their support groups, their schools. So this was very important.
The families were great. They advocated for themselves. They came together, they held community meetings, they went across the street. Many times we were at meetings across the street where the families came and really made a pitch they wanted to stay. They love it here, they have a community here.
Porque nos movimos tanto que hasta llegamos hasta con los representantes, o sea, realmente hicimos ruido.
Came to the school and Joe McBride was able to announce this happened. And all of us were just, in tears. Yeah.
Well, I am here today to say that your neighborhood is saved. Nobody has to move.
The official announcement came from Representative Joan McBride on behalf of the City of Bellevue and a long list of stakeholders who stepped in to save one of the last affordable housing options in this area. If you ever wonder what true joy looks like and sounds like, it's this.
So happy.
Everywhere you turn.
Where is your mom? I have news.
On Friday evening at the Highland Village Apartments.
Muy felices.
She's happy now.
Happiness and hugs in this be bought by the King County Housing Authority. Rent will stay the same.
My heart.
And most importantly, no one will have to find a new home.
This is Merry Christmas. This is Merry Christmas. I love it.
The voices of Highland Village residents were heard by the City of Bellevue, King County, and the State of Washington, and elected officials at all levels responded with offers to help. Once it was clear that a remarkable partnership was emerging to find the support necessary, King County Housing Authority had the confidence to negotiate with the owners of Highland Village to purchase the property. Demolition plans were halted and the community was saved. Existing units at Highland Village were completely renovated inside and out. With support from the City of Bellevue, KCHA was also able to build additional housing as part of the overall upgrade to the property, providing a total of 100 high-quality and affordable homes at Highland Village.
Este es mi nuevo apartamento y está remodelado todo, me siento feliz y todo está bien.
Una remodelación y todo, muy bonito que quedó.
Estaba muy bien, muy cómodo.
Nosotros nos encantó porque pues ya habíamos vivido en 6, 7 apartamentos. Para acá y ahora que me pusieron el piso.
We really value having economically diverse communities where the people who work in the neighborhood can live in the neighborhood. They don't have to squander their time, their precious time on long commutes, and they can also invest more in the life of that community.
We need to do more of the things ahead of time that were in place for Highland. We need to make sure that we are thinking ahead, that we are looking for the spots where housing may be at risk, that we have resources ready, that we have, and not just money. Resources isn't just money, it's also the folks who are, in the nonprofit sector, in the government sector, who are having relationships with people. It's supporting KCHA so that they have the ability to, come in and be the put together the deals when they need to.
It was unbelievable. It was showing that these things can happen. So it gave you hope.
Highland Village is now part of an inventory of more than 7,000 units of workforce housing, social housing, that KCHA has been able to acquire and preserve in gentrifying communities, including Bellevue. These purchases have prevented the displacement of thousands of families and preserved communities as affordable housing for the long term. While no ongoing government subsidies are provided, Rents only go up as operating costs rise, rather than being driven upward by market forces. Because Highland Village residents spoke up, and because government listened, a vibrant 100-unit complex in the heart of Bellevue's tech corridor was saved, preserving for essential workers and their families, their homes and their community.
Truthfully, we need to build a lot more affordable housing. We need to start from the ground up and create more Highlands that will be stable from the get-go, because we've planned it that way, and we're going to need a lot more help to do that. We don't want Highland to be the only miracle. We want to create miracles for other people too.
So what you've just heard is the story of one community coming together, finding its voice, saving itself, and of government coming in and figuring out how to help them do that. Unfortunately, this is just one community. Every day, everywhere in King County, other communities are still closing down. The region has lost over 112,000 units of affordable housing in the last decade. To keep the remaining housing that we have that is affordable, we need to be more proactive. We need to buy more Highland Villages, bring them off of the private real estate market as quickly as we can. We need to build new affordable housing, but at the same time, we need to save what's here. This story and these partnerships really show a roadmap of how we can get there.